We are still on the books of accounts. Remember, the books of account has specific books that we have been dealing with. We talked about sales day book, we talked about purchases day book, we talked about returns inward book, we talked about returns outward book. And now I want to introduce you to cash book. The cash book, as the name implies, is for recording cash transaction. It is also a specific book of account. It means that the transactions that are recorded in the cash book must be cash related. Remember, you can either have cash in the office or you have cash in the bank. And then if you want to make transactions through the bank, you either do transfers or you raise checks or drafts. So those transactions that involves cash, checks, draft or transfers are recorded in the cash book. Alright, so as I said earlier, the cash book is meant for recording all cash transactions. This means that the transactions must be in cash. If it is on credit, it must not or cannot be recorded in the cash book. We must also understand that transactions can either go from cash in hand or cash in the office to someone else paying in cash, or we pay that person by raising a check or draft or transfer, bank transfers. And then we can as well receive cash into the office. We can receive cash paid directly into our bank account. We can receive checks as well. The idea is that whether cash is received for service rendered or cash is paid, it is recorded in the cash book. But where cash is not involved, it has no business in the cash book. Now, if you take a look at organizations, depending on the size, well, they will always have policies stating transactions that are major and transactions that are minor. Well, I believe practically that all transactions are significant cause of unnecessary loss of assets. But for this course of study, we must understand that the cash book, due to the nature of classification of transaction and organization, can be classified into main cash book or major cash book and the petty cash book. Major cash book records all cash transactions that are classified as major within an organization, while the petty cash book records all cash transactions that are classified as minor. That a transaction is major or minor depends on the organization. What is minor or what is major for an organization A can be minor for an organization B. So classifying transactions into major or minor depends on the organization. That being said, we can now establish the fact that your cash book can be for major transactions or for minor transactions. The cash book that records major transactions or main transactions are called the major cash book or the main cash book. Then the cash book that records minor transactions is called the petty cash book. Right. As I explained earlier, we can have transactions that are major in an organization. Now, and we have established that the cash book for recording transactions classified as main or major is called the main cash book. Now, the main cash book has 4 types. The first one is called the one-column office cash book. The second one is called one-column bank cash book. Now, understand that the one-column office cash book is the same thing as the one-column bank cash book. But the difference is that the one-column office cash book is for recording only cash transactions made through the office cash. What I'm saying is, in some organization where they do a lot of cash sales, they keep office cash. Now, they have a separate book for recording transactions that are related to office cash. Now, the one-column bank cash book is specifically for transactions that are going through the bank. What am I trying to say? What I am saying is, you can have transactions that are related to cash that are kept in the office. That is, you buy and sell using cash kept in the office. So those transactions are recorded in a particular book, separately from transactions that go through the bank. So it means that you have a separate book for transactions that relate to office cash and separate book for transactions that relate to banks. So all transactions going through the bank has a separate book, and all transactions going through the office cash has a separate book. Now, the next one is the two-column cash book. Remember, I explained one-column office cash book and one-column bank cash book, recording office cash transactions in another book and bank transactions in another book. But in two-column cash book, you are recording both office cash transactions and bank transactions in one book. That's what makes it two-column cash book. It records transactions that have to do with cash in hand or cash at the office, and transactions that are going through the bank in one book. That is why it is called two-column cash book or double-column cash book. The next one is three-column cash book. Now, when you say three-column, you are recording transactions that have to do with office cash, transactions that are going through the bank, and any cash discount related to the transactions. That makes it a three-column cash book. Now, the three-column cash book, we have either discount allowed or discount received. We will understand this proper when we begin to take these types of cash book in what illustrations. That is your cash book as an introduction. But don't forget, your main cash book is not the same thing as your petty cash book. Organizations will normally differentiate between what is petty and what is main. The main cash book records transactions classified as main or major, and while the petty cash book records transactions classified as what? Minor. End cash book or the major cash book that is now in these various forms. One column cash book, office cash book for transactions made through what? Office cash. One column bank cash book for transactions made through the bank. Separately, 2 column cash book. You're using one book for both office cash and bank transactions. 3 column. You're using one book for office cash transactions, bank transactions, and now you're not bringing in what? Discounts. That is cash book as an introduction. For clarifications and questions, you can reach me on 081-365-06356 or send me an email, jeremiah.dosu@gmail.com. Drop questions in the comment section as well. I'll be there to give you answers. Thank you.